This is the side dish you seriously need. Fork tender potatoes, bold, creamy dressing, big Creole flavors. This is the potato salad of your dreams. Let me show you how to make it. All right, potato salad with flavor, my friends. First thing you want to do is start out with potatoes. And here I'm using some small red potatoes. These are my favorite for making this style potato salad. You can use other potatoes. You can use like small yellow potatoes. Really any potatoes will work for this because we're gonna chop them into bite-sized pieces. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these moved over to the cutting board, and they have been washed. And I like to cut mine into about 1-inch pieces, more bite-sized pieces, but you can chop them really to whatever size you prefer. And also, it's your choice if you wanna peel the potatoes. I personally like the skins on them. It does add more flavor and nutrients, but you could totally peel them if you want to. All right, got my last potato here. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and move these over to a pot, and I have 2 pounds of potatoes, by the way, 2 pounds of potatoes. I'm gonna go ahead and move these over to a pot, and then we're gonna go ahead and boil them up. All right, everything into the pot. Let's fill it up with water here, and we'll get them boiling. All right, I got my pot set up here. I'm gonna bring this to a boil. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt to the water. Just add a little flavor. I'll let this boil for about 10 minutes or so, and that's gonna soften up the potatoes nicely, but you can really cook them to your preference. Also, I have 6 eggs here, and we also need 6 hard-boiled eggs, so I'm gonna move these over to a small pot, and then we're gonna boil these babies up. About 10 minutes or so as well. Still, they're hard-boiled. All right, eggs are boiled. Let me get these peeled up. All right, let's go ahead and chop these up a little bit. All right, guys, my potatoes are nicely softened up, so let's go ahead and drain them. All right, let's get them moved over into a bowl for now. Look at that, looking good, huh? All right, now let's set up all of our ingredients. So we're gonna add some nice crunch factor, some spice factor with all these ingredients. And here I have a stalk of celery that is chopped up. And here I have a couple of small jalapenos, and you can use bell pepper for this recipe to make it a little bit milder version, but of course we like a little spicy, so I'm adding some jalapeno. And I have 3/4 of a cup of mayo, and I'm using Duke's mayo, which is just really delicious. One of my favorite mayo, basically. You can use your favorite brand of mayo, or even something like Kewpie mayo. That'll like really get it going, yum. And I have a 1/4 cup of a Creole mustard here. I like to make a homemade Creole mustard, but you can use like a spicy brown mustard, or just find a good Creole mustard. Use your favorite brand. And I have about a teaspoon or so of green onion, and a tablespoon of chopped parsley into the bowl. And now we're gonna add some heat here. I have 2 teaspoons of cayenne, and cayenne's got a nice kick to it, so I think you'll like that. And I have paprika, 1 teaspoon of paprika. And really, you can use a good Creole or a Cajun seasoning blend. Sometimes I'll just add some Cajun seasonings to it and make it great. And salt and pepper to taste. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and mix this up. This is sort of our layered base. Look at that, look at that. Super creamy. All right, next we're gonna go ahead and add our potatoes into the bowl. And go ahead and just sort of fold it all together. Get it all incorporated, all the potatoes nicely coated. And next we're gonna go ahead and gently fold in our eggs, like so. I'm gonna do a little bit at a time. Look at that. Doesn't this look amazing? This is like one of the best potato salads you'll ever have. All right, a little bit more egg. Let's get the rest in there. So take a look at this potato salad at this point, my friends. So you can see that it's still very chunky, and it looks great. But what you can do at this point, if you want, you can mash it up a little bit and make it more creamy that way, or leave it nice and chunky. It's really up to you how you want to serve it. And you can also adjust some of the seasonings and spices, and you can add more mayo if you want it to be even more creamy. Add more mayo and mustard, and that'll cream it up even more. Add a little hot sauce to really add some zing to it, and just makes it amazing. If you really want to do an interesting variation on this recipe, try adding some bacon, and it'll really kind of like make it a little meaty. Or what I really love is some thinly sliced andouille sausage that I've seared up in a pan. And that's a really Cajun or Creole style. It's a popular ingredient. in Cajun cuisine. Just makes it pretty awesome. It's a really nice dish that way. But also, potato salad is super popular in Louisiana for serving with gumbo. So if you have your favorite gumbo recipe, and I've got a bunch of gumbo recipes on the website, you can serve this alongside your gumbo, and some people even like to put a little bit in their gumbo. I'd love to hear what you think of that. That's just a super popular and delicious way to serve up your potato salad. But really, this potato salad is great as a side dish for pretty much anything. All right, let's give it a taste. Oh yeah. Seriously, this potato salad is not boring at all. If you guys are looking for more awesome recipes, boom and boom right here. Go get ready, happy cooking, man. I really hope to see you in the kitchen next time. Mike from Chili Pepper Madness. Bye.